Hello, everyone. It's Granny. Come on in, take a seat at my table, and grab a beverage. We're going to continue on in our series. We were doing a deep dive into all things Sebastian Rogers, right? What we're doing is going back through all the videos to see if we can see something that we may have missed. I don't know about you guys, but what I've been finding out is I've forgotten a few things, right? Um, Not so much that I seeing anything new, but I've forgotten a few things. Um, and so today we are going to look at an interview that Seth did with Terri Lynn. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started here. All right. And here we go.
Question. Just Seth, know that we're praying for you and your son and your entire family, and we will continue to do so until Sebastian is found.
I appreciate it.
All right. Nice to meet you. And Terri Lynn, great job. I'm going to drop. I'm glad we got connected. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for helping. Thank you. All right, Seth, you got this. And I know that you're going to think I'm crazy here, but come on. This cat is a part of everything. And I don't know if it's a sign. I don't know. Come on. So they have some questions for you. Come on, buddy. This is Kevin, of course. He's the mascot. Come on, buddy. And maybe he's got something. He's going to talk to us. So anybody have any questions? Let's see. They're thanking you for joining. Let's see. Y'all had some questions earlier. I'm trying to remember what that question was. We got a little disconnected.
As long as it's not concerning anything that they're investigating, which they have
Correct.
not let me really know much to begin with,
Correct.
will answer everything to my best ability.
Correct. So, can I ask you, have you had
Well,
a polygraph?
When I walk, no, I haven't. I volunteered for a polygraph, and I was not given one.
Okay. Do you know of anybody that has been given one? That's been a big question everybody's asking. I'm asking the questions, the hard ones they've asked. I vetted for Seth. Y'all have heard me. I said I vet him. He was working 12 hours. He got a call in between that.
Calling a text message at about 6:20 in the morning. I'd been there since 6 p.m. because I would like to beat traffic, because on 24 you never know how traffic is.
Mm-hmm.
I was there about 6 o'clock Sunday evening at work, and then when I got the message at 7:20 Monday morning to call Chris that it was a 911, and when I called, that's when I found out my son was missing.
You guys, just hearing him talk about that, I don't know if for the first time it made me think about what it would feel like to get that call. He just gets off work, stepfather sends a message and says, "Call me right away, 911." He's going to be panicked, and then he hears that his son is missing. How horrible that must be. And how much worse does it feel 8 months later and knowing he's just vanished, just gone? I can't even imagine. Let's continue.
Okay, and they had another question here. They want to know, how often do you feel okay? Oh, I don't know if he can answer if the bed was slept in that morning. I don't know.
I know that when I got to the house and I walked in, I saw the room was a mess. Blanket wasn't. I mean, his bed wasn't made, stuff like that. But they had already, police had already been in the house to search.
Okay, they want to know what the F is up with the stepdad story. It's all over the place. I'll answer that, in my opinion. That way he doesn't have to, if that helps.
It's fine because I mean I don't know. He's his own person. He's going to say whatever he wants to say.
Mm-hmm. Is he one of your good friends?
Who?
This stepfather.
Talk every once in a while. Text. Call to see how much.
Let's see. I'll read some of his own answers if you want. When he left for Memphis, out of his he has given. I've read the 3. I think it was 2 or 3 answers that he's given. That's what I can say. I don't know officially.
See, I haven't. I see.
You can answer that one.
I don't know when Chris left for Memphis. From my understanding, he was there. He had been there. That's just my understanding. Is he was there. I know he was there the weekend before because when I had Sebastian's mom went to go see him. I don't believe he had been back, but I don't ask another man what he's doing, really.
This right here is Sebastian Rogers' father, Seth, and he's speaking out.
Okay, I totally agree with what Seth said there. Why would he ask Chris what he was doing when he went to Memphis? You know, a lot of these things law enforcement has tracked down. They know. We don't know. We're hearing more things now. We're hearing that he was at the restaurant the night before Sebastian went missing, that he was there with Katie and Sebastian. But do we know that as fact? Do we have receipts? Not as far as I'm aware. If any of you know that, please let me know. But I agree with Seth. Why would he ask Chris, when did you go to Memphis? Why, why would he care, number one? But secondly, treat others how you would want to be treated. Why would you interrogate him? You wouldn't want to be treated like that. So some of these questions sometimes just are out of line, right? And I know people want to know. I realize that. But sometimes, it's better to just be quiet. But let's move along.
On his son that has been missing for 3 weeks.
Cat and U.S. Navy. I don't believe my son would go on an adventure with a friend. If he were to want to go on an adventure, I believe he would go on an adventure with me. Miss Gracie, I have not seen the video of Sebastian and his mother out to dinner on Sunday night. I've asked to see some of these videos, and I have not been given access to see them. I may be law enforcement, but I'm with a different county than Sumter County, and I'm not part of the investigation. Therefore, they won't break protocol by allowing me to see some of these things that I've requested.
Mm-mm-mm. And I'm keeping I'll say it. I don't think they do the best job, but that's just my opinion. But I mean, I'm from here. He doesn't look. Let's see. No, Seth doesn't. I spoke to him for 4 hours and 14 minutes the first call, and I think the second time, I don't know how long it was, but we spoke for a long time.
It was over 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
My Bluetooth died twice.
Oh my God. Seth, have you answered that one?
Miss Jennifer Negativity is back. He's never eloped in the past. Tracy, you have done the magical thing of confusing my name with my son's name. I know that I was not out to dinner, but I was informed that Sebastian was out to dinner with his mother.
No. Was he abusive ever to your ex-wife? Oh Lord.
Or-
I can't answer that. Let's see. They did have dogs out.
Yeah, they had a total of, the last time I was informed, they had at least 12 dogs out. 90 on blast.
Your mother laughed at that question that 90 Days on Blast asked, and I'm just going to highlight that there.
Is or was he abusive ever to your ex-wife? What? No. Don't take this personally. Don't care.
I don't either. Let's see. Everyone has cameras. They would know if he drove back or not. Yeah, not everybody has cameras, they say. Trust me. They say not everybody has cameras. Even if you own a $600,000 home. Not everybody. Do you have to go through him, Chris, or could you also communicate with Sebastian's mom? Like, was he the controlling type? Well,
I communicated with Chris more than I communicated.
Okay. I know I cut it off in the middle there, but this kind of question that I don't know. It's not one that I would have allowed to be asked, I guess, because the way that those three communicate really isn't any of our business. Whether Chris is controlling or not really isn't any of our business. I think that we all have our own opinions and thoughts about that, whether he was or was not. But whether he was or was not doesn't have direct bearing on Sebastian going missing.
With Katie's mom, with Katie, basically because I could get in contact more with Chris than I could with Katie. Like, Chris is the one that called me and sent me the text message telling me my son was missing, not his mother.
doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, early February. I don't know. Yeah, I did
call
think that.
Phone to communicate with him. When I communicated with Chris about Sebastian, it was to find out about school and things like that. But I would call and speak to Sebastian on his phone.
Why the stepdad says he hasn't seen him since early February. Well, good
Probably
question.
because he was working on that St. Jude project in Memphis. From my understanding, he has a trailer and he normally takes it down there and just stays down there because it's cheaper. And what it's like for 15 minutes every day to get to work and fight with traffic. So I wouldn't want to drive 3.5 hours every day to get to drive there. I mean, sometimes I feel I don't get enough sleep as it is.
Yeah, let's see. She does not talk to me.
If I'm falling behind, let me know.
No, you're good. Is Chris a control freak? Let's see. Oh, you mean to answer that? From my perspective, I will. In my opinion, he seems to take over everything, and that's what it looks like to me. He's the one speaking in an interview. If I were the mother, I'm screaming, "Bring my baby back!" That's me. I'm going to be screaming.
I agree, Jennifer. Unfortunately, protocol is protocol.
Agree on that too. Yep, he is his father. And he should have all access. Let's see. Yes, he was going to be living with his father.
Yes, Jennifer. I truly believe that in order for him to get in the vehicle with somebody, he was either forced or he knew the person well enough to get into the vehicle.
He wasn't one that would, he never was a bolter. He didn't bolt. He never wandered off like that. He was not a bolter.
Eloped. Is that what that was? Or am I mispronouncing that?
Where are we at here? Where are we at? Has he ever eloped? Like, has he ever ran off?
No. I thought I answered that one. My apologies if you didn't hear me. But no, he's never done anything like that before.
Okay. She talked about her going to pick up another kid on Sunday, but when did she take her home? I think they're talking about, what is that lady's name? I think is it the sister-in-law or the sister?
I believe so, Miss Gracie.
Hello, Freeside. Welcome.
90 days on blast. My son he's got an iron deficiency. I've watched him brush against the wall and have a bruise. So seeing signs of abuse, I've never actually seen like fingerprints or anything of that sort on him. As for bruises, I've seen my son get out of the shower, and it's like, where did this bruise come from? And he's like, I don't know. I've taken pictures of bruises and I've sent them to his mom to ask. I just know that he bruises really easy, being iron deficient that he is. It's one of the things he's supposed to be taking twice a day, morning and at night.
I don't know if you can answer that question right there.
I guess I apologize for him.
Okay, let's see. Well, it turned into criminal because, well,
Teachers, he is on the spectrum, yes.
2 years. I'll answer it. 2 years. They've been married for 2 years. And no cameras. Yeah.
His phone was at the house. The police took it.
His stepfather answered you all had a great co-parenting. Well, Chris told him that, yes, Chris is the one that told him that his child was missing.
When he went missing, yes, he was the only child. Fuller Adventures, yeah. He was diagnosed. He was diagnosed at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt Hospital diagnosed him.
Yeah, I would think they would give her one. I don't know.
Close to anemia, 90 days.
Not without those shoes. Will you want to answer why about the shoes, sweetie?
I'm sorry, what was that? I was reading.
The shoes, why he would not go out without his shoes.
That's because, well, he learned at a young age in South Georgia. We have fire ants down there. And one little amount of dirt, his little bitty feet, he learned really quick because they swarm. And he was barefoot, and the fire ants swarmed up his legs.
He
Was he
wouldn't.
adults? Actually, I'll go to the one above that. Allegedly, did he ever go anywhere without his phone? When he was here at my house, he had his wallet, his house key, and his phone. 3 things that I always make sure he grabbed before he goes. Trying to teach him to be a proper adult. Don't go anywhere without your wallet, your phone, your key. You need all 3 of these things. Lauren Marie, was he trusting of adults? It kind of depends. For most of the time, he's pretty shy. He would sit there, he would watch me have communication. And most of the time, he would judge off my language, off of my body language. And so they even approach me.
Welcome, Lauren Marie. Oh, yeah.
It took forever. When she was in the military, we were trying to get him in for a diagnostics, and literally we couldn't get him in. San Diego was pretty horrible. It was 6 months after he was born that we finally got him into Children's Hospital in Jacksonville, Florida. And they did a DNA test on him, and he came back with a chromosomal deletion syndrome. He was missing one instead of he was missing the end of 26 or 6q27 chromosomal deletion syndrome.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm always. Oh.
And Vanderbilt's diagnosis was, let's say, October last year.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kendall. Keith, has his mom and stepdad ever gone searching for Sebastian? You want me to answer that, or you want to answer that one?
No.
No.
Searching with. No. Not searching with me.
No.
So
They said they were at the house.
I can't tell you what I don't know.
I'll say it. They were at the house. Was he trusting of adults? Welcome, Laura Marie. I think he was. To you, probably more so. Thank you, Apple. Yes, we will. Let's see. That's weird. Sorry, that is awfully weird.
Really.
The three-way phone call is weird.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. So
So do you find him trusting of adults though? You do?
I stated earlier about that. He would sit there and he would watch the interaction between me and the adult, and it would depend on what was going on. I have seen him step in between me and another adult to tell adult to back away from his dad, and that was when he was even younger. And as he gets older, I watch him. He sits there and watches the body language between them, between me and whoever I'm speaking to, and most of the time, if I know the individual, I'll be like, I'll tell Sebastian, introduce yourself. Either he would or he wouldn't. And that would just depend on his attitude for the day. Or right then and there. I mean, try to be as lean. I did at Waffle House get him to give a girl his phone number.
I'm sorry, but that is precious. That is.
I mean, we were halfway back home, and I was like, "Did you want to give her a phone number?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why didn't you?" He was like, "I
Oh.
didn't know if I should." I was like, "Son, I'm going to turn around. Here's pen, here's paper. Write down your phone number. I'll take you." And I took it back, and he got her phone number.
And he liked Taylor Swift, didn't he?
Now, see, these are one of those questions that I'd have to say I fifth on. I mean, I thought my son had good taste in music, and then I found out he was a Swiftie.
Oh no, you did not just say that. You're in a room for a lot of women. Wrong thing to say. I don't know if he can even say if he showed fear or not.
Show fear? My son is fearless.
Well, I think they're asking about fear of a stepfather.
That would probably be something. Yeah, no.
Was the custody change agreeable for his mom? Okay, I guess they're saying with him coming to stay with you, was that agreed on by all parties?
From my understanding, it was agreeable. It took some convincing on his mom's end. We weren't going back to court to change anything. It's just going to be. We were just going to switch it because we have it in the writing that we could switch things as long as we all agreed upon it.
Welcome, Bridget. Let's see. Yes, he was. Thank you, Margene. Okay, yes, Katie. Yes, she was in the Navy. Thank you, my Bridget. And for whomever one knows, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Bridget. Let's see. Okay.
Not on any type of epileptic medications. Now, when he was younger, the doctors were like, it was weird because he'd go to sleep and he'd wake up and it's just like you could just tell that something was off. I mean, I potty trained him.
Aww. Gosh. He took care of his child. He took very good care of his son. That's his son.
That it's like something was off, and the doctors did say that they actually think that he was having seizures in his sleep. but we haven't had any of those issues for, I want to say, 8 years now.
I don't know if you can answer this here.
That was a supplier I was answering.
Okay, I don't know if you can answer that one. About the violence towards you ever. I don't know if you can answer that.
Okay, that question was Katie ever violent towards Seth when they were married? That has nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance.
Sebastian,
Let's see. What are your best moments with your son? Any more best moments with your baby?
got plenty of good moments. And I'm hoping for plenty more. I mean, every weekend that I have with him is a good moment. Every day it's a good moment. Every day I get to watch him grow up is a good moment. Every day I get to teach him something. You know, every time I get to go to play Dungeons and Dragons and I take my son to go play Dungeons and Dragons is a good moment. You know, I was teaching my son how to cook. You know, he was cleaning vegetables. He was using a knife to cut vegetables up. He was already where he was cooking brats, stuff. I was teaching him how to do self-sufficient. I was teaching my kid how to grow up and be.
Actually, I had a conversation with Seth, and he had a fishing license. He had an ID. He was teaching him how to be responsible. Hello, sweet Gina. He was.
See, sportsman license at that for hunting and fishing.
Welcome, Allie. I think he's a great father. A very great father. Let's see, have threats been made to you all, to your family?
Nobody was threatening me.
My grandson is the same way. Autistic children are a blessing. I know my baby is. Amen, Martin. Amen. Thank you, Margie. Let's see. It says, how tech savvy are Chris and Katie? I don't know if he can answer that. Okay, let's see. Amen. Okay, we got another one here. I will ask the question. What was the mother like with your son while you were still together? Was she a loving and caring mother to him? And the next one, was she ever violent toward you?
There's been a few times that she had hit me.
Oh my goodness.
A few times police were called. But not every marriage is hunky-dory all the time.
True facts. What rate was mom and dad and stepdad rather in military? I don't know if you might.
I did because we divorced before she got out of the military.
He looks so happy in the pictures with you. Has law enforcement checked the rivers and ponds in Hendersonville or Memphis? I know some in Hendersonville, but I can't say for Memphis. I don't know if you can. Can you?
Do you know that they checked some of the ones in Nashville because they were checking for that 20 year? That's why they found that the body of that dead female for what they think is a dead female.
right, let's see. Yeah, let's see. What else we got here? Welcome, Chloe. Okay, let's see. Yes, yeah, all around he seems to be a great dad. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. He's not pompous. He's not a butthead. I mean, he carries on jokes. He's not fake. He's not a fraud. He's real, authentic. He's himself. He's not here to make you like him. He is who he is. That's what I got from him.
Can they hear me?
Yes.
The Chloe _ DXM, you were at the vigil last night, weren't you?
I think she was. Yes. She was. And the threat was made towards Seth's sister over the GoFundMe. And it will not interfere with the search for Sebastian. A GoFundMe will never interfere with the search, period. Let's see.
Okay, so that's something that I don't think I ever heard before, that there was a threat made against Seth's sister. I didn't know that. How about you guys? If you do, please share.
I didn't understand it either. I thought it was ignorant to make a threat like that. Let's see.
Thank you for the reminder, Pick Me. Why would my phone be on her account?
Let's see on whose account. Why did they threaten? Apparently they felt like that it would interfere with the investigation. The GoFundMe would somehow interfere with this investigation. No, it will not. No, it will not. That's how I feel. It won't. Let's see. Yes. Let's see, Seth. Is your phone what? No.
Fuller Adventures. Not while I was around.
They want to know what the actual threat was. I was not there for the threat, so I don't know if you want to tell them the threat or not.
Well, Apple Crescent's got it right there.
Hello, Jesse. Let's see. Welcome, Vanessa. I'm looking through here. Let's say Seth. Let me get back up here. I see Vanessa. That's it. Seth, do you want me to share your YouTube channel? I don't know if he does or not.
You won't find anything on my YouTube channel except for some weird comic shorts every once in a while.
I heard on one of the interviews where they were saying Sebastian was making it hard on the relationship. What was up with that? They said. I did read that myself. I don't know how that he would make anything hard on the relationship, but yeah, if he is privy to that and wants to answer that or can answer that, that's up to him. I'm not aware that I don't know how that.
An autistic child with two separate people that were raised differently and don't know how to assess the situation would make any relationship difficult. At the same point in time, some people can see the situation for what it is. There are some people that live off a routine, such as I live off a routine. When I'm at work, it's the same thing. I do the same thing every day, whether I work or not. I work nights, so even on my days off, I sleep during the day. My alarms still go off at the same time. I get up, I still make coffee. You know, when I had my son, I would change. I'd get home from work and I would come home, I would take a shower, I'd get a couple hours of sleep, and then I would drive back down to his mom's house to pick him up for the weekends that I would have him. And then I would literally come back home and I would make sure I stayed up until it was bedtime for him. And then I would get him to go to sleep. I would go to sleep, sleep a couple hours, and then wake up because my natural body rhythm is already night shift. And I'd deal with it because I want to spend time with my son.
And my question is this: do you think that there was a better routine with? Do you feel like you had a better routine at your home? That he had a better routine than he had in their home.
I don't know what their routine was in the house.
Okay, gotcha.
I know that when
I think that's a really hard thing for Seth to answer. He's not there, so he doesn't know what kind of routine they have in their home.
me and Katie were together, she would be on deployments. My routine at the house was better for Sebastian in school because it guaranteed that he would lay down and he would get a full night's rest. I don't really know their routine for how they do things. I mean, to me, a school night bedtime's at 8. You know, I'm pretty adamant about that. Unless you're still working on homework or something. Because him being autistic, he'd lay down at 8 o'clock, and the whole thing was to lay down, calm down, relax, and be asleep by 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Devil Eye Elvis. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see if Mom and Stepdad were in a small specialty like the CT field. I feel some would be willing to hide him if they were told a lie. A story, but I don't know.
Hey, Vanessa, can you hear me? If so, I need you to give me a call later.
Who made the threat? I'll say it. Chris, stepfather. That one did.
No, Sebastian didn't have a school iPad. I don't know where you're at, but I'm down here at Fuller Adventures. Miss Jennifer, negativity is back. Is
That name. Every time you say it, let me go say.
nothing was mentioned to me about his behavior changing.
Oh, I don't know if that part, I don't know if you can answer that.
Martin Gun Kelly 420. He never used those words around me, but I have heard him use particular words when speaking to my mom.
Correct. Welcome.
Cat, the Navy, Seth for Robin. Do you know if Steph or MO? What? Think of what they did in the Navy.
Seth didn't. I mean, he offered to take one. He offered.
I know Katie was a red phone person.
Are there private searches going on? Let's see. Do you have any? Are there private searches that you know of that are going on?
I'm doing private searches almost every day.
That's what I was going to say, but I'll let you do that. Yeah. I haven't seen any. I personally, if you want to, I haven't seen any searches. I've been private.
Kat, did they have old military friends? I don't know about Chris, but most of the friends that me and Katie had while we were married, most of them don't even talk to her anymore. A lot of them talk to me. Some of them don't talk to me, but you know, that's that old. We take the shipmate's side before we take the spouse's side.
Yes. I think when he was at CES, he had a very good routine. That's opinion of mine. That's my opinion.
No problem, Fuller Adventures.
The routine, yes. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, she's usually Jennifer Positivity. Fred, I'll answer that. He told me that he was afraid of Chris on multiple occasions. It had nothing to do with appropriate parenting skills, as Chris has said. I'll agree to that.
Well, Apple Crescent, the thing is that every case is different. No case is the same. They might have similarities. They might have, you know, key differences. So each case is handled, not to mention, is it not only handled, you don't have the same individual working one case that you had working another case. So I wouldn't know if Sergeant Carter has worked a case like this before or not. The same thing with Agent Simmons. So there's really no definite answer on that. The only answer I can say is hopefully the sooner the better.
Let's see. I agree.
I don't know what kind of medication, if any, Katie was on prescribed. Thank you, Vanessa.
Vacant properties in Portland. That's a bit.
That is about an hour away, and I have no idea if you have. Are you in that area, Fuller Adventures?
Yeah, because that's a bit away.
I think that when she first read this question, has anyone searched vacant properties in Portland? She thought Oregon. But there is a Portland, Tennessee. I actually lived there for a couple years. It is I don't think it's an hour, but I could be wrong. From Hendersonville. I could be wrong. But it's right on the edge, on the border of Kentucky, on Highway 65. So, that's a good question because I know there are a lot of vacant properties when I lived there. So, a lot of rundown structures and vacant properties. And Portland, I didn't realize when I moved there, there's a lot of drug activity going on. It's kind of funny that I actually lived there and understand what he's saying.
You're going to be going. That's about an hour. Oh gosh, depending on where. Oh, gosh. Let's see, what can we do to help you more aside from sharing your story and donating? I say prayer, but I'm going to let him answer.
Penny, I'll tell you right now, I'll tell everybody. If you go to the TBI website, you can print out my son's picture. You can print out his flyer. If you want to go put those at every gas station, at every mall, the police don't even know. I called Lebanon PD, find out because there was a tip that came through Facebook and they weren't even aware of the situation. Not everybody is aware of this. I need everybody in the United States to be on the lookout for my son because I'm just hoping somebody has him. And one person having their head up and their eyes open to see it. It only takes one tip.
Okay, so yeah, I looked it up, and Portland, Tennessee is only 24 miles from Hendersonville. So, and I thought that was the case because the county seat was kind of Gallatin. So I had to go there for the DMV, right? And even the hospital, that kind of thing. So I knew that it wasn't that far away. And it says, according to Google Maps, it's 24.1 miles and it's 32 minutes. And the longest route is 33 minutes. So it's not an hour away, but Seth hasn't lived in that area very long. So, it may be an hour from Clarksville, where Seth is from. But from Hendersonville, it's only 24.1 miles. So I just thought I would share that.
To bring my son back to me.
We've got plans, Jennifer. We got plans. We just won't talk about them here. He did dodge that right there. He did dodge that question, and that's weird. He dodged a lot of questions. Have you heard of it driving around prior to or during the phone call to the police?
Fuller Adventures, if you want to print out the flyer and take it everywhere, stick them up everywhere.
Agree. Okay.
Anything that I've heard about what Katie was doing before or during the phone call would be hearsay for me to say because I don't know.
Okay. We're on the third week, actually, Jesse. No, they're not missing. They're just not doing anything. This is his father here on panel. He said he did. I mean, I have what he said. And he said he passed it. And then he made another statement and he said that all three took them. But then he said he wasn't going to say actually which one. It didn't make any sense. How often do you get an update from TBI? This is a joke.
I haven't heard from TBI since, Friday? Friday or Saturday?
Okay. As far as these polygraphs, people, everyone needs to remember that they are not permissible in a court of law. And there are ways to get around them. I have heard that if you take some kind of sedative or pain pill, yeah, you can pass a polygraph pretty easily from what I've heard. So it's not even something, if I'm looking into, solving a crime case, I'm not even going to ask about a polygraph because they're not permissible in court. Just not. And, it doesn't matter if any of them or if all of them. I guess the only thing that does matter is that Chris did lie about it in the beginning. And this interview itself was on the 18th of March. There is going to be, on the 25th of March, Chris and Katie speak with Nancy Grace, and that's when the truth comes out about the polygraph. I actually think Chris was somewhat intimidated by Nancy, which is rather funny, but anyway, the polygraphs are not permissible, so I wouldn't place a whole lot of emphasis on that.
Welcome, hey buddy. Welcome.
Fuller Adventures, my apologies. I'm not from Tennessee. I figured it was like an hour.
Different parts.
The time I did it, I probably spent 20 minutes stuck in traffic on that 2-lane road out there going to Portland.
What? CP was trying to insinuate something creepy about us. If he was insinuating anything creepy, that's disgusting. But that's on him.
Gracie, I would thoroughly appreciate it if you did.
She will. She'll do it. These women do these things. Let's see.
And I don't know where Sea Star Swim School is.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Lauren. Yep, be strong. She said, be strong. It is heartbreaking. They'll share it in San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah, he has. That's real pain. You can tell the difference between the pain and the not and the fake. Yeah, three sides to the truth. That I'm sorry, but I did laugh at that. Not being rude, I did laugh at that. That was kind of comical. I'm thinking three sides to the truth. No, it's three sides to every story. Yours, theirs, and the truth. God, he was up all night answering things. Didn't make a lick of sense. Just saying. Thank you, Napa.
Thank you, Fuller Adventures. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
The garbage. I don't know anything about that. I'm. Are you aware of this here? Because I'm not.
Why are the parents now trying to tie Sebastian to the garbage he put out
Well,
that night?
This
I have
is
no.
this is his father, the stepfather. If that's what they're putting out, I'm not aware of that.
I take it cats from Napa, Florida. No, no, that would be Napa Valley. That's California.
Yeah, she's in. Oh yes, Napa Valley. She's in California. Yeah, and then Kat's in California. Yeah, I knew that somebody said something. What they said it again today. I knew that they had said something about him looking in a trash can. I don't know. I didn't make any sense. I don't know what they said today. Probably a lot of stuff today. I don't know because they're focusing on all the wrong things and not doing the right thing. And that's actually looking for this young man that is supposed to be her son, his son right here. You know, they should say his name is Sebastian. Okay, let's see. It is heartbreaking. Thank you.
Boy, my son here at my house, about as close to hiding when he would be under his bed with a flashlight and a book. Which the way his bedroom was set up, you know, I could be at the door and see him. He's just underneath his bed reading the book or playing on the switch under the bed. But he never hid. He never tried to hide from me.
I'll answer that. You don't have to. From what I read, and I did read this, he wrote it out. He said he did take one and he passed. He said that to someone. I think the person was Fifi or something. And he said, and I passed. And then he recanted on that later on down the road. And he changed the whole story altogether, all over again. So he can't, the story's not consistent. And if you are telling the truth, your story never changes. If you're not telling the truth, your story's all over the board. Your story's everywhere. Okay, let's see. I don't know anything about that. Yeah,
Jennifer, positivity. I'm hoping that they're just not sharing and they're building a case and they're doing something to find my son.
Amen. Seth, how often does Sebastian like to hide? That wasn't that right there, that he was a runner actually in the beginning as well. That was said in the beginning. Hello, sweet Jody. That was also stated in the beginning. They never mentioned if he was verbal or not in the beginning. A lot of things they did not tell us in the beginning. We had to dig for ourselves.
I don't.
Okay, I never heard in the beginning that he was a runner, ever. So I don't know, where she heard that from. We are over an hour into this, and I think we'll cut it short for now, and then probably continue on the next one. You guys, please remember to keep Sebastian out there in social media. It's been 8 months. We do not want his case to grow cold. Light it up green for him, no matter where you are. Put out flyers. You know, we need to keep his face at the forefront. And if mom and stepdad are not going to say his name, we will. Sebastian. 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 Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.